Continues to grant pardons in his final days in office. Robert Wise Green is hoping Northam will grant his requests for freedom. After serving 20 years behind bars, Green says that he is not the same man he used to be. On your side at 6, Jasmine Turner tells us there are many who back up this claim tonight. Jazz?
In fact, there's a coalition, Makia, but Robert Green, also known as Wise Shaheed, first submitted for a pardon years ago. In 2021, he was informed his pardon was granted, but with conditions. Now, the hope is the governor will hear his story again and grant him an immediate release.
Right now, the governor has an opportunity to right a wrong. Like, he has that power, that statutory power.
What do you want the governor to hear from you?
Well, I would want him to hear that I am someone that is surely deserving of my release now, not later. And I have accomplished so much within my transformation of change.
Speaking over the phone from inside of a Virginia prison.
I have made an impact on others' lives.
Robert Henry Green, who changed his name to Wise Shaheed, says after almost 22 years served, he wants to be back in the community to keep making an impact. On August 30th, he was granted a conditional pardon.
And they started reading off the conditions, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to be released like right now, the way the conditions was being read to me and all the things that I would have to comply with. And then when it got to the part of your sentence has been reduced from 39 years to 32 years.
Meaning Wise still has possibly 11 years left to serve.
We really need him out here. I mean, he got family. He has a lot of family out here. You know, he has nieces and he has people he really never even seen.
In 2002, at 25 years old, he was convicted of drug, firearms charges, and malicious wounding in Halifax County. Wise says he was in a car. They were pulled over. He ran. The officer ran after him.
In the process of throwing me to the ground is how he scraped his knee. This is how the malicious wounding charge came about.
This letter from a case management counselor outlines the dozens of programs he has completed, including reentry programs.
I've created my own programs where I teach individuals weekly, like life and business classes. And the Partners Department had told me that the officer that was involved in my case didn't mind me being released. He just didn't want to have any further contact with me, but he understood that I wasn't trying to do any harm to him and that I was just trying to get away from him. And
if you ask Carl Brown, who once served time with Wise,
we speak every day. He mentions me every day. I we're in this world.
For Wise's youngest brother, Dwight, the passing years aren't getting easier.
Other people in situations, not even similar, but worse. They home for all the hard work the brothers and sisters have been doing for them. And I really appreciate that because I feel like I'm helpless.
I need the person with the right spirit for this work.
Richmond native and founder of the Exodus Foundation, Dr. Madeline McClinney, has continued to mentor and advocate for Wise through the Save Robert Green Coalition, holding vigils at the state capitol.
The prison is not the solution, and I think the governor knows that.
Dr. McClinney says it will cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep him in prison. She says Wise is a changed man, more than ready to come home.
So we're asking, the Save Robert Green Coalition is asking the governor to amend his conditional pardon to make it for immediate release.
One thing about mercy and one thing about justice, it's something that comes from understanding. And I would seek for him to have understanding, to be able to show equity in his process of granting people clemency.
And I did reach out to the governor's office about Wise Shaheed's pardon. I'm still waiting to hear back. On your side, Jasmine Turner, NBC 12.
Alrighty, thank you, Jasmine. And of course,